Hello and good morning. Welcome to Khudlik on CBC North Radio 1. You may very well remember my next guest from TV. George Stroumboulopoulos is here in Iqaluit as part of his tour across Canada. Good morning, George.
Good morning. It's great to see you. We're moving across the country, talking to people about the shows they watched, the films they watched, and the way it inspired them. So we're going across the country,
meeting all kinds of Canadians, exploring what the Canadian identity is. And my favorite part about this, Eli, is there's not just one answer to it.
All right, so as a host at MuchMusic, CBC, and Hockey Night in Canada, I've been so lucky to experience firsthand this amazing country and so many of its storytellers.
I'll just keep moving on.
But I've always wanted to go on this journey across the country, diving deep into our stories. And if we're honest with each other, we know that this country is in complicated times, and there's a lot to focus on when it comes to our division, but there's also a lot about common bonds. So let's explore that. The invisible glue. The things that bind us together. Because our stories, right now, have never mattered more.
Dude, there's Molly's Reach right there. What a trip. What a trip.
All right, we got to start with the granddaddy of Canadian TV, the Beachcombers.
So this is the home of the Beachcombers, but really, this is the spiritual home of Canadian television.
This is our country's original must-see TV. From 1972 to 1990, as many as 3.5 million viewers would tune in each week, and the cast was like a national family. This is Jackson Davies. He played Constable John Constable. He's the show's biggest champion, and he literally wrote the book on it.
Jackson, here we are in Molly's Reach. We're in Gibsons. What does this place mean to you personally?
A memory, every place I look.
What's also amazing, though, is that it's not just that this one building, Molly's Reach, is here. It's that this whole place, Gibsons, this was the studio.
Yeah, if you really want a good show, you go to where the stories are. You don't make the stories up. You go to this little small town, and Gibsons was a character.
I maintain Canada's a weird country.
Oh, yeah.
And Beachcombers was a weird show.
It was really weird. Very eclectic show. It was a comedy one week. It was an action adventure.
The boys are taking off. Somebody help!
People really didn't know what to expect.
If you took some of those scripts and shot them today, I feel like Beachcombers wouldn't seem out of date.
No, we have an immigrant coming to Canada, a First Nations kid, and they become partners, and they end up staying with a single mom with two orphan kids, and they go out and collect logs, which is kind of help cleaning the ocean. So, I mean, I tell you, I could pitch it today.
This is the wokest show ever when you describe it like that.
I know, I think we got something.
What does Beachcombers mean to Canada?
For the people of Canada to say, hey, that's us. And Canadians, are we different? Absolutely. Thank God we're different. And we have our own little quirkiness, and that's what I think appealed to people. For the first time, they could see themselves on TV.
It's so pretty. It feels like the show. Obviously a little bit different, but there's a lot of value in change, but there's a lot of value in things just kind of being the way they were, and I feel that here. All right, let's make a move up the Sunshine Coast and explore how a show can make you feel seen and why that matters. When the MMA-loving Gibson family found a show like that, well, being Canadian took on a whole new dimension.
Fighting is clearly a big part of your life. How did this become the case?
Being on the West Coast, there wasn't many black people. You know, when I'd go to the pool or school, I was getting picked on, so I had to defend myself. And then I kind of liked it.
Who did you first start to watch on TV? What did you see where you're like, this is part of the story that made me and who I am as a Canadian?
Well, music-wise was on MuchMusic's Soul in the City.
Soul of the city, oh, much music.
That was what we put on and we go, oh, this is fantastic.
Soul in the City was a revelation, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Welcome to another edition of Soul in the City.
It was a time where there wasn't many black hosts out there. And when it came on, it was like, oh my God, hey, that guy looks like me. Hey, I look good. It gave me a sense of pride to see people that kind of look like me. Michael Williams and just the music videos
Yeah.
and being played in Canada, because nobody saw that kind of stuff back in the day.
Michael Williams' name comes up a lot. Not nearly enough,
I know.
but it comes a lot. He had a lot of impact
Yeah.
on people. Hold on, let me just, let's just hold on. Come on, you better answer.
Hey, man.
Michael,
Can you see? Hold on.
turn your camera on.
There we go.
Say hi to
man.
Say hi to Lance and Lance.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Lance, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, we're good, man. How you doing?
Well, you know, I'm doing what we do on the weekend. I'm the laundromat.
Well, you know what, brother? I wanted to tell you, growing up and watching you on TV gave me and my family just a sense of pride of being a black man in Vancouver and Canada. It is a huge impact on my life and my son's life.
I hear you. When I first came to Canada, I was not allowed in Montreal, no less, into 4 clubs. There was a sense of a lack of pride and respect, which I really don't deal with well.
Neither do I, man.
But mainly it was unpaved road.
Yeah, it really was.
And I knew I had to sacrifice a lot, but if I sacrifice, maybe that sacrifice would be good for you, your son, other people that look like me, people that didn't look like me as well.
Absolutely.
There was a wonderful thing about Canadians that always kept me here. So we're going to go out and say thank you, Canada, because it's a wonderful place to be.
Yeah.
But in terms of how we treat each other, we can always learn more.
Michael called it an unpaved road. I love that. Good stories should take us to unknown places. On our own journey, let's go back to Vancouver. I'm thinking maybe like the Gibsons, we all have that show, the one that made you feel seen and appreciated. It can be profound, but also fun, because if it ain't fun, what's the point?
B,
Yes.
what Canadian show connected with you the deepest?
Oh, that's an interesting question. And with an E?
And with an E.
Watching lots of MuchMusic. Yes, watching you, George.
MuchMusic!
Rhapsody, of course.
I remember watching Caillou. Yeah, love that little bald man. I'm just a little boy. I saw myself in him when I was little because he had so much energy. Caillou.
Beachcombers.
All the time watching YTV.
All day, every day, YTV.
For me, probably Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek, yeah. David.
Oh, David.
Da Vinci's Inquest. There's one that came after that called Intelligence.
He made those shows.
For me, I'd say Kim's Convenience. Having an immigrant parents, like that kind of growing up in that way.
Oh yeah, Kim's Convenience. That came up a lot. It's a comedy about an immigrant family from Korea, 2 generations, 2 realities under one roof. But it speaks to experiences for so many, regardless of where you're from, and in ways you might not expect.
You didn't speak the language. You show up in the last year of elementary school. What did you watch?
There wasn't really anything I connected with until end of high school, and it was around the time when Kim's Convenience came up. I really relate to like the Appa and John, like father and son relationship.
Why can you relate to that?
I just never had a relationship with my dad. And in my case, nothing catastrophic happened. There wasn't an incident that happened. We just didn't have a relationship. And it's the awkward, like, you are my dad, but I don't know you. Like, you feel like an acquaintance. We don't share a history.
Okay. See you.
Yeah. The distance between the 2 characters, that felt relatable when I saw the show.
It helped you understand your father differently?
Yeah, I think so.
If you look at the breadth of Canadian stories, they don't fit in a box. We talk a lot about it being a mosaic as a country, and I think that's true, but what we don't talk enough about is how most of those pieces of glass on the piece of art, they're jagged edges, they don't always fit together when you look up close. But when you pull back, it's a pretty beautiful piece of art. This country is pretty incredible when we start to tell our stories and shine a light on amazing people.
All right, let's pop to the province next door. We're in Alberta. Think of this. If Canadian stories are like a big house and the top floors are tidy and proper, well, then what's in the creepy basement? Well, it's a long tradition of horrors.
Here at Blaster Video.
This is Kevin Martin. He owns The Lobby, one of the last video stores in the country. And if it's a gnarly movie, Kevin knows it.
When we celebrate Canadian film, a lot of times it gets to be the more artsy, the kind of
historical World War I,
Right.
And they're good movies, don't get me wrong. It was a farmhouse in Alberta, and they struggled through the drought, and yada, yada, yada. But you know what? You know what should get respect? There's a killer on the loose, and he's hacking up people on the college campus.
I'm going to kill you. Can you talk about the amazing genre stuff that has come from this country?
I mean, you got to start with Black Christmas, don't you?
Yeah, that has basically invented slasher films.
Obviously, The Pride and Joy in Nova Scotia, My Bloody Valentine, 1981. I also know another Nova Scotian movie called Hobo with a Shotgun.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, what's more Canadian than Death by, like, skate, right?
Kill a hockey skate, that's right.
Oh, shit, sorry. We totally forgot to mention the King of Kings.
Yeah.
Cronenberg.
Well, this is it.
You know?
This is it.
This is it. Cronenberg. The Fly. It takes place in Toronto. Videodrome. It takes place in Toronto.
People forget, too, that one of the guys that really helped create this kind of stuff, which George A. Romero,
Absolutely.
he immigrated here and made Canadian films.
Yeah, you were in one of them, right?
I was in one of them.
Yeah.
Why are zombies good at oral sex?
Why is it important for Canadians to recognize these kinds of films that we made?
You just assume it's all from Hollywood. And I think it's really important. Oh, no, dudes, like the best movies are not being made there.
So it's not just that the rest of the world doesn't maybe know what Canadians have made, it's that
Canadians don't know.
And the Canadian film industry doesn't always seem to celebrate Canexploitation.
No. The average person is probably like listening to us and go, wait, they're Canadian?
Yeah.
Exactly, right?
Kevin is the algorithm buster. Kevin just reduces like 85% of the stress just by saying, no, you don't want that, you want this. Okay, I trust Kevin, and away I go. Hold on a sec. For a man with my history to be sniffed by a police dog is never pleasant. I love dogs, but you never know. But you never know. Like it or not, in this country, all these stories that we talk about exist because of Canadian citizens and their taxpayer dollars. And the people who take in the money and decide where it gets spent report to one dude, and that dude is the Prime Minister, and he's coming to his old school in Edmonton today. And so I want it to be here.
There he is, the talent. Amazing.
The talent.
Bless you.
How are things?
How are you? Nice to see you. A pleasure. Nice to meet you. What are you guys going next?
Science.
Science, Matt. Who's excited?
I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Matt, that's great.
Didn't you go to the school?
I went to the school. I came here when I was 6. I went away to university after I was 18, so like, 12, 13 years.
This is home.
Yeah, this is home. Yeah. When I was young, when I started out here, I was in grade 1. So, Mr. Dress Up, Friendly Giant.
Ready? Now look up. Way up.
I graduated over time to, the hilarious House of Frightenstein. And
it's the best Canadian show.
That is a great.
It's the best Canadian show.
It's so underrated.
Why go on, but it's so bad. But beautiful.
They had those little short National Film Board vignettes.
Like the Log Driver's Waltz.
Exactly. The Log Driver's Waltz. And then SCTV, of course.
In Edmonton, too, right?
Most of my best material
came from
taken
SCTV.
From SCTV. Yeah.
The first question, and the subject is authors. Margaret and me in Parkdale.
Henry Miller.
Even if you're the Prime Minister, this is the equalizer.
This is the equalizer in here, no question.
Saturday nights in front of the TV is a pretty big deal.
It was a big part of my life.
Hockey Night in Canada.
Hockey Night in Canada, yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna have fun, we're gonna keep our sticks down.
I got you in the nose. Oh, huge! That was a great save.
What role do you think government should play in making shows and films, and if you think they should?
I think government has a role to play now, and it's got to be a neutral role because you want people to be, you want the creativities. What I'm encouraged by is we have so many storytellers in the country. It's important they have the resources. It's important they have the avenues. We need to be able to tell stories in a way that helps the country move forward. This is such a remarkable place that links to everywhere, every corner of the world. You look at the languages spoken in this school, bringing the stories from their homelands and telling the stories in Canada in a way, honestly, I think you can only do in Canada because we're a mosaic, because we bring those stories, and then that helps unite us.
I don't think we have one identity, and I think that's actually our strength.
Yep.
For Canadians to connect to these kinds of stories, they have to see the range of them. Fellas, Canadian movie that you love?
Definitely Fubar.
Shoresy is the best hockey show there is out there.
Crazy. It's art, honestly. Love Schitt's Creek and Catherine O'Hara, of course. She's an icon.
I like the little oboe. He's the smartest dog ever. Always catch the criminal.
Once again, I'm traveling on her.
Just hockey.
Definitely Hockey Night in Canada.
Anne with an E. She grew as a good person and she came into this amazing young 16-year-old girl. I just love that about her because I just turned 16 recently, so I just felt like I connected with it.
We're so special. We have our own identity, you know, we have our own history.
Canadians, we're like family. We got to represent our own.
All right, let's be honest with each other. We can't talk about Canadian stories without acknowledging the fact that they go back thousands of years, long before there was a Canada. Indigenous culture and storytelling are deeply intertwined here. Cody Lightning is one of the new voices. He starred in the show Smoke Signals, directed films Hey Victor and Smudge the Blades, and who he is really important to the stories he tells.
Before I'm a Canadian filmmaker, I'm a Nihil filmmaker. I'm Nihil and Cree. The Canada part comes second. Indigenous people, you know, we're storytellers. I'm a storyteller before I'm a writer. There wasn't a lot of Native representation, and we made up less than 2%. There was white, black, Hispanic, Asian, and other.
Yeah.
So we were in the other category. Growing up, we weren't even allowed to like produce our own stuff. Like you just didn't get the funding, right? Yeah. So now we're doing that and it's starting to grow. So I'm hyped to be on that wave because it's been a long time coming.
Why do these stories matter?
Our stories matter because they're real, they're authentic, and they're vulgar and crass and funny, and you're gonna laugh your head off and then cry your eyes out. That's life. Man, you came out hot.
For every emerging star, like Cody, there are those who open the doors. In Tantu Cardinal's case, she kicked them down. A legend. Cree and Métis heritage, 100 shows and movies, countless awards, Order of Canada, and one of my favorite people.
Tantu, curious where you see film and television fitting into the legacy of storytelling and how important it might be.
It brings more understanding. And with understanding might come more acceptance. And we have knowledge that the rest of the world really needs.
I fully recognize, talking to a legendary artist who happens to be Indigenous, about Canadian film. Like, I understand there's a lot in that. But when you look at Canada and you look at how we talk about it's important for us to tell our stories, why do you think it's important?
Well, get rid of some of the stink, man. You know, because we've been so misrepresented.
Yeah.
So our stories have to be told properly. Working through the misconceptions and misrepresentations all along as we went along. There's a certain strain of humanity that has always been giving me a little bit of hope. There was always that it'll happen.
What's the future of this? Future of Canadian film and television, and how you see these conversations and others changing and growing?
I hope Canadian television, Canadian storytelling doesn't lose focus on our taproot, who we are. And I hope that Canada sticks to its stuff, because we got stuff.
First part of our journey is done. Still ahead, Ontario, Quebec, the Maritimes, and the North. We've seen how stories can elevate a community, help give us a sense of our own lives, even connect us as a nation across huge distances. As Tantu said, in Canada, we got stuff. She's right. Let's go find some more.